Okay, so welcome to the second video from chapter number 8, current electricity. Last time we discussed about resistance. Okay, so we'll continue from the same point. Resistance represented by capital R. Okay, and it was a constant we have seen in the Ohm's law. Remember that V is equal to IR. When we were getting the formula, that time we got capital R. Now in theory we will discuss first, then we will see the lab portion also, experiment 7, where it is given as the Ohm's experiment. The resistance is one of the property. It's one of the property for every metallic wire. Okay, it's a property for every metallic wire. If there is a metal, then of course there will be conductivity also, as well as there will be a resistance also. Now the next topic is combination of resistance. Clear? Like in a household circuit or wherever we are working with the resistance, how we can combine them. So the first one is series and second one is the parallel. You can see this is the series way and this is the parallel way. The series way means two resistances are there, R1 and R2, and how they are combined together. The first point, the head of the C is joining with the end point or the tail point of the R1. Like this is R2, so R2 head, this is the head point of R2, so R2 head is joining with the tail of the R1. So in this way, if the resistances are combined, they will call as a series. Why they are called as series? Because when we flow the current goes to all the resistance one by one. Okay. The next one is the parallel one. This is the R1 and this is the R2. You will find both the heads are coming to adjoin at the same point and both the tails are going to adjoin at the same point. Why parallel? Because if you give the current, the current is going to distribute equal in both the sides if R1 and R2 both are equal in the value. Clear? So that is why it is called as parallel. In engineering you will learn it as a shunt also. Okay. It's written as shunt also. Okay. Now combination, there is a formula and sometimes derivation comes in the examination. How to derive? So I have written here as a key factor, the voltage. Remember the voltage word as a key factor. Remember in series the voltage will be variable and in parallel the voltage will be constant. Okay. Now you just think that if the voltage has been given here, applied here, so what I have written variable, it means on R1 the voltage will be V1 and voltage will be V2. Clear? Both are different. If I want to know how much total voltage was there in the circuit, so what I will write? I will write total voltage is equal to V1 plus V2. Clear? Now from the Ohm's law formula we know V is equal to IR. Got it? So can I change? So this will be I1 R1 plus I2 R2. Clear? But one more thing you have to remember, that if voltage is variable, then current will be constant. So here, what is variable? Voltage is variable, it means current will be constant. Current constant means I1 will be equal to I2 will be equal to the I. The values will be same on each resistance. Now, what I can write? I R1 plus I R2. Why? Because the value of I1 and I2 both are same. So what I will do? I will take I common and inside I will write R1 plus R2. And here what I will write? Okay. Now I and I can be cancelled. So the total resistance in the circuit can be written as R1 plus R2. It's very simple. Okay, now coming to the parallel. Voltage we have taken as variable, now here we will take constant. What will take? Constant. It means V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. Clear? If voltage we have taken as a constant, then what will be the variable factor? Current. So we will write total current flowing in the circuit, that is equal to I1 plus I2. Clear? Now change the value of I from the same formula can we write this one as V upon R? Okay, we can write it like so also. Now replace this I with these two terms. So we will have V1 R1 plus V2 R2, and here what will write? V and R. Now which one is constant here? What is constant? Voltage is constant. So what will write? V1 already written here. Okay. So what I will write? V common 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Why? Same way. V1 will be equal to the V2 and that can be replaced as V. So directly I have taken the V common and that we have taken out. And here also we are having the same thing. Now, if you are writing this one, this is also right, but it's incomplete. Okay. Now what we have to do? You know very well. R1 plus R2 upon R1 R2. Now make a reciprocal. It will be R1 R2. R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Now this is the actual ending of the parallel combination of the resistance. So don't leave here. Okay, it's an incomplete because in a reciprocal way, never I have seen except the focus formula from the last chapter. I have not seen anywhere that the values of the formulas are given in such a way. Okay, so it seems like an incomplete one. Okay, like see the LHS value also just on the reciprocal way, and here RHS also. So it doesn't seem good. Okay. Now coming to the theory, coming to the practical one. Okay, theory part we have taken. Some portion from the lab we will try to explain as a theoretical one. Then we will go with the experiment number 7. What is the rheostat? Rheostat is a combination of the resistance. Have you seen the regulator for the fan? What we are using, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are there, and when you will rotate that screw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this way you will find the value of the current going to the fan that goes to change. So how it's work? Let's see. Suppose this is the bulb, and what I have done, instead of a fan, I have connected a rheostat, means the regulator with a bulb. And this arrow you can see, it always called as jockey. Okay, J I have mentioned. So it's a jockey basically. Now you can see the jockey is giving current to the point A. It means the current will go to the point A, then it will go through the resistance R1, then the remaining current will come to the R2, then remaining current will come to the R3, and the last remaining whatever it is residual as, that will go in the bulb, and then the bulb will glow. Of course, whatever the input is there, the same output we are not giving. Now just displace this jockey and let the jockey to come on the point B. If the jockey is touching the point B, it means the current will go directly to the point B. It means R1 will be out from the circuit. So now only two resistors are there in the circuit. It means more current we are giving to the bulb. In the third manner, what we will do? We'll touch the jockey with the point C. So in this way you will find the current is going to the R3 and R1 and R2 already cut out from the circuit. So it means as compared to the previous condition, highest current will give, and the last condition what we are going to do, all the resistance we are going to cut out from the circuit and current directly goes to the bulb. In this condition the bulb will glow with the highest luminance intensity. Clear? So that is the working of the rheostat that is given in the practical. Now explanation I am not going to do because in the lab manual all the things are given. Just what I am going to do, I am explaining you the practical. Okay, if the practical comes, first you will have a source. Clear? After source you have to enhance the ammeter in series. Clear? You have to enhance the ammeter. The question is, what is ammeter? Ammeter is a measuring instrument. What it is? Measuring instrument. Clear? It's a measuring instrument. And then what is this? This is the unknown resistance. Unknown resistance, and here we have to apply a voltmeter. And what is voltmeter? That is also a measuring instrument. What we are measuring? Voltage we are measuring. Here what we are measuring? Current we are measuring. Clear? Now here you want to put, then you can apply a switch here or here also, it doesn't matter. Then we will have a rheostat. Okay, it's better to make arrow here. Okay, this is the right way. So this is the initial circuit. Clear? In the next class, I will demonstrate the practical also. Here I am having some these gadgets with me, so I will schedule all the things. Okay, I will make a proper connection, and in the next video you can see how to connect all the things, all the stuff, how to do the practical, how to take the readings, how to make a graph, and how to do the calculation, and how to write the result. Okay, I think that the things which are given in the book you must know, whether it's coming in examination, it's not a big deal. The knowledge is the ultimate thing. So this is the schematic diagram for the practical. Tomorrow we will go with the actual practical. So stay tuned with the video and see the something. If you are having any doubt, then please leave a question as a comment. Thank you.